The perks smell good. What's in the goodie bag? Dubs out the liquor stacks. I'm telling you, cuz you're on the right buzz. Once you get some
oh shit, people, welcome back to the Grow Podcast. I am your host, Lunatik, and I'm over here with my other co-host, Billy Bebop Long Socks, aka Cool Mouth for the South. You already know what it is. We back. We are missing one of the compadres though, Mr. Wilson, aka Kingcold, here. I don't know where he at. Yes. Like he disappeared.
Cinco De Mayo.
It is Drinko De Mayo. Happy Cinco De Mayo. You know, he could be anywhere, man. Kingcold could be anywhere. So probably getting twisted. But he might join later on, you know what I mean? So just give it a second. Just give it a while. And he may or may not drop in, you know. He's like one of those guests in them sitcoms, you know, talking about like special guest, Kingcold, you know what I mean? Like he just drops
He's in the building.
Yeah, he starts knocking on the door and shit, comes in and shit. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, we back, man. How you been, Mr. Cool Mouth, man? How you doing, bro?
I've been doing pretty good, brother. Just maintaining, man. You know, getting everything together.
Okay,
yes, sir.
All right. That's what I'm talking about, bro. You got to get in where you fit in, huh, bro?
Got to.
A lot of things been going down, man. Last April, man. A lot of crazy shit, bro. So we might as well just get into that shit a little bit into it, man. I heard your boy, man. Your boy Jamie Foxx, man, ain't looking good right now, bro.
Oh man, praying for the fellow, man.
Yeah, what happened?
He was hospitalized. I'm like, what? With a medical condition? A secret medical condition?
Yeah, they haven't released what it was yet. I mean, it could be anything. You never know.
It could be.
Yeah,
it could be stroke, stress, or anxiety, or anything. Because these Hollywood stars have them. Like it's so stressful in Hollywood. There's so much going on, man, with TV, movies, just a lot of crazy stuff going on in Hollywood. Hollywood is a crazy world to be in. Like, if you want to be in that world, that's fine. But I'm not trying to go there. I would like to visit, but just stay there and just be around just the environment like that. No.
Yeah, that's crazy. It says people close to Fox are asking, pray for Jamie 3 weeks after he was hospitalized for condition that remains a closely guarded secret. So yeah, I don't think they've. I know they saying
Jamie Foxx was like a healthy person.
Yeah, he looked healthy. He's only 55. He's always been in the shape and shit.
He's young.
Still. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. And then they said Kevin Hart was having an update for him. But
yeah, they signed released exactly. But you know, I hope he does better, man. You know, he's been there's been talks with Todd McFarlane, you know, the creator of Spawn and those kind of comics. He used to work for Marvel actually until he what do you call it? He left Marvel and went to and created their own pretty much company, Image Comics, and that's when he made Spawn.
Okay.
And, yeah, so you know, Todd McFarlane, he's a very independent minded kind of creator. You know what I mean? So he's not just an artist. He actually writes and does all kind of shit. He puts out toys. You know what I mean? Like the dude he got his hand everywhere. You know. And right now he's doing pretty big too.
Shout out to Todd McFarlane.
What's up?
Yeah, he's very funny too.
Yeah, he's funny.
Very funny.
Canadian. Canadian.
Oh,
dude.
Canadian. Okay.
Yeah, Todd McFarlane. Yeah, he's Canadian. But he was trying to make his own independent Spawn movie recently, and he was trying to get Jamie Foxx to be a Spawn in it. So then, you know, that was one of the roles that he was rumored to you know, get into, man. But if due to his health, we don't know what's gonna happen. It's kind of like your boy Jeremy Renner, man. Like, you know, Hawkeye from Marvel, from the Marvel.
Yeah, I remember Jeremy
Renner. You know, he got in that accident, right? Or did you hear about it?
I heard about that.
Yeah, it was a really bad accident. He was in the snow. I guess he tried to save a kid. So he is a hero, real life hero, and he tried to save him. The machine somehow ran him over and everything, and he's been in recovery ever since. But it was pretty bad from what I remember reading about it.
No. Okay, I hope he's good too. Praying for him too.
Yeah, it's very cool dude, man. Yeah, I think he's from Cali too. Very cool dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he's perfect for the Marvel comics because of the way his character is, you know.
Yeah.
The way his attitude and what he brings to the screen, he's bringing a certain presence to the screen.
Yeah, he's played military type roles too a lot, so it kind of does fit him in that sense. Yeah, like secret agent, you know, kind of shit.
Yes.
So yeah, like he's cool, man. I remember I seen him in the Hurt Locker. I think that's what it was. The 2009.
Oh yes,
that's where I first I think
beautiful.
seen him in. Yeah, that was a good movie.
Beautiful.
It
was great. It was wonderful.
That was a great movie. 2009 had a lot of good movies, man. Especially like remember that Denzel Washington movie, the one where it was an apocalypse, Book of Eli. You know what I mean?
That was amazing.
I love that movie. Hey, he's badass.
Denzel did a wonderful job with that.
Did a great job, people. I don't know if people you don't know what we're talking. We're talking about that apocalyptic movie. It's starring Denzel Washington. He's basically he has a Bible and he's holding it. You know, he's like the last Bible left or some shit. And he just goes around kicking ass, you know, guarding that Bible. It's kind of like a Western too, man, because he's like the silent stranger that walks into a town, and then the town ends up needing him.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a Western, but it's like in the future, you know, apocalyptic future.
Right. Apocalyptic, yes.
Yeah. And then
last man standing type of.
Yeah, Mila Kunis is in it, and what's his name? The guy that played Gordon in the Batman movies, he's in it playing the villain. It's a great job, bro. It's like there's a lot of great moments in that movie, man. One of my favorites. So shout outs to Denzel.
Oh, yeah, it's one of my favorites too. Shout out Denzel. One of my favorites all the time. On Fire is one of my favorits. Training Day.
Man on Fire was hard, man. Like
it was stupid hard.
People, there's a movie with it's set in Mexico, and he's like a bodyguard for that little girl. Remember that? And so at one point when he's looking for her, I guess they kidnap her or something, and then he finds one of the dudes that might know where she's at. This motherfucker ties him up, puts a fucking bomb up his ass, and tells him, if you don't tell her, I'm gonna blow your ass up, literally. And he actually blows the dude up. Like, that shit was crazy as fuck, bro. Like, that was a wild movie, man. And it was that little girl can act too, man. What's her name? Dakota?
That was wild.
Dakota something.
Dakota Fanning.
Yeah, Dakota Fanning. I think matter of fact,
Fanning.
Yeah, I recently seen a video with Denzel talking to an adult, Dakota, and he was giving her praise, you know what I mean? He was talking about how, you know, when they did that movie and everything. Yeah, Denzel has a lot.
Yeah, she deserves that praise.
Yeah, she deserves it.
A lot of good movies.
She
Glory.
Was like that, little smart girl roles, you know what I mean? Like, that was like her thing back when she was young.
Right.
Kind of like that, remember that girl that played Matilda? That's it. And,
oh yeah, that little girl, the redheaded girl, right?
It was a little white girl.
Yeah,
I forgot her name.
Yeah, I remember.
She was in Mrs. Doubtfire and shit. Yeah, she was like soft spoken and shit. And,
oh yeah.
I remember she was in a. She's a good actress too, man. I think she left Hollywood though. She didn't stay in Hollywood.
Yeah, they say she left Hollywood. I think something happened to her personally. If I'm not mistaken.
Well, she's probably doing a smart move by not staying in Hollywood, because you know how they treat kids.
She
you know what I mean?
absolutely did the smart move by not staying in Hollywood.
Child of Babylon and all that shit.
Right, exactly. Speaking of that, we're talking about the Nickelodeon.
Nick
as well.
Nickelodeon. Remember that shit?
Remember the orange slime with the Nickelodeon word? When
Dare.
Splash.
Yeah, the Dare show. They had so many shows, man. But
oh my god.
Yeah. Speaking of Nickelodeon, they did have a pedophile on there though. Remember, it was the guy who invented Ren and Stimpy. I can't remember his name. I forgot his name too, but he invented Ren and Stimpy. But now, when I learned that though, I was like, no wonder that cartoon was so demented though. Like, even though I was a fan of that cartoon back in the days, I always felt like this shit don't belong on Nickelodeon. I always felt like it belonged on MTV or something, because it was so weird and demented. You know what I mean?
There you go. It's just like Beavis and Butthead. Like, it should have been on there with Beavis and Butthead.
You're right. That's exactly what it reminded me of. It was like Beavis and Butthead.
Right.
Like, I was a kid, you know what I mean, watching that show. I was like, man, this belongs to MTV. What the fuck? You know what I mean? But that dude, apparently he was dating a young, or married to a very young girl that he had groomed. And what was crazy is everybody knew about it. It wasn't even like a secret. And he was able to get away with it too, bro. Like, even now she can't do nothing because there's been so much time in between, you know, time or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he's
statute of limitations.
Yeah, I don't even think he's like apologetic about it or anything. He's just like whatever. And
no.
I'm like, wow, man, that's crazy. Dude was a creep though. I watched a few documentaries about it on YouTube and everything, and I was like, man, this dude's a creep. But it kind of has fucked up my whole liking for Ren and Stimpy too, because now I can't look at that shit the same anymore. You know what I mean? Because his influence is on it, and you could tell with all the weird shit that went on in that show. I'm like, damn, this show's not the same to me anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
But in the 90s, it was. I remember like as us kids growing up, man, we grew up on all that crazy like gross out humor kind of shit that was out back then.
Right.
Like you said with the slime, motherfuckers were getting slimed and shit. It was always booger jokes and shit and cartoons and shit like that.
Right.
But
crash comedy as they call it.
Yeah. So we I don't think we noticed as kids. We didn't think nothing of it when we were growing up because that was just the way the culture was, the kid culture at the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like you said, Nickelodeon was a very creative studio when it started. You know what I mean? Like I remember when it would come on, you would have those like creative commercials. What do you call it? Bumpers is what they call them. Like, we'll be back in 1 minute. Remember CBS and all the other networks would do it too. But they were really creative, man. Like they would do stop motion animation sometimes on them. They would do all kind of shit, bro. Like Nickelodeon had some of the best like fucking bumpers. And now though, ever since I think the company got sold. Horrible. Yeah, it's been bad. Yeah, it's been bad since I remember.
It's been like that.
Like SpongeBob was probably the last. Yeah, early 2000s. Very early 2000s. Because I remember SpongeBob was probably their last best creation. And
there you go.
But they hoard SpongeBob out after that shit. You know what I mean? I remember they used to have marathons of nothing but SpongeBob. I was like, damn, y'all don't have anything else on this shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, like, it's like they stopped making the show for a while. Like they stopped making episodes.
That's what it felt like. I'm like, y'all ain't got no creative juices in that shit.
Right. And then think about the Hollywood. What was that? Was it the protest? Hollywood protest at one time when the writers was getting paid?
I mean, they did it. I mean, there's always protests, like just like there is now. There was a writers' protest back then, but that might have had something to do with it, though. You're right. Like, yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
That's probably it, but either way, like that was a network that was really geared towards kids, but it was like the shows. It's like they made them as if they were kids, though. You know what I mean? I think that's why kids were able to connect with Nickelodeon so much back in the days, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all some of the bumpers, man. I might bring y'all to some what do you call that shit? Memory lane, cool mouth. I don't know if you're ready for this shit though.
Yeah, memory lane. Yeah,
man, don't start crying. Don't start crying and shit.
Oh no! I'm gonna go get some tissue if I do.
Man, hold on.
I was just wiping on my shirt.
let me get this shit ready though. Sorry people, I gotta set all that shit up and share screen, all that shit.
All right.
Give me a quick second and I'll go ahead and get through it. Can you see it? I know I got it paused.
I can definitely see it.
All right. Remember it'd be like Nick.
Yeah, Nick.
And so like that was animation. Right, you know what I mean? And these would come on while you were watching, like in between shows, these little bumpers would come up. And a lot of the networks back then started doing it too. So CBS, all of them, like Saturday morning cartoons would do it. But they had so much shit though.
Right. It made you want to sit there and watch it, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I'm trying to find some of the classic ones, man. Yeah, I remember this one. Like, I used to love this kind of shit, bro. That was some of the 80s ones.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
80s? Okay. Yeah, it'd be like 89. 88.
Yeah, probably 89, this shit.
This was SpongeBob?
Nah, this was way before SpongeBob. Yeah.
Oh, snap.
I remember they had that classic.
I haven't seen those in so long.
I told you, Charles.
That was like 80s?
Yeah, man. I told you that I was gonna bring you back with that one, bro.
They had to.
Yeah.
I had to been like 5 or 6 when that came out.
Yeah, definitely early 90s, probably. You know what I mean?
Okay, 90, 91.
Yeah, 89 to like 93, that kind of shit.
93. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Because remember and they would always have, like, remember in the morning they would have Nick Jr., which was like the first thing you would see. And then what do you call it? It'd be Nick Jr. and then it'd be like the regular, like adult. I'm not adult, but like older kid cartoons would come on like in the afternoon and shit, like Doug and all that kind of shit. Ren and Stimpy.
Oh man, I forgot about Doug. Doug is one of my favorites.
Yeah, matter of fact, I was talking to Cole and we might do some graphics that look like Doug, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm definitely working on that. So, and I'm trying to make it look exactly like the animation though. So I'm gonna make the colors and everything look like it's gonna. I want it to look like that could have came on TV. You know what I mean, back then, and you would watch it. You know what I mean,
right?
So yeah, I'm trying to keep the aesthetic. That's the word for it. The aesthetic of it intact and
aesthetic,
yeah. Like I'm doing a Tales from the Crypt one too, but not the TV, not the adult live show, but they had a cartoon show back in the day. I don't know if you remember.
Cartoon. I remember that.
Okay, yeah. And so I'm doing one based on on that, and so that one's gonna be cool. But I'm gonna add more details to it though. But it's still gonna it's gonna look like it's animated, and then that one's gonna be for the teas that I'm doing. So people be on the lookout. I got the exclusive Tales.
I gotta get one.
Yeah, but this one's more in style of the animated show, so it's not gonna be like the live action version. It's gonna be a little different. Is what I'm trying to say, I guess. But yeah, Tales from the Crypt was my shit when I was a kid, dude. I didn't get to watch the live action one that much. Because remember it was on HBO. Yeah, remember the live one was on
HBO.
Yeah, that one was crazy.
HBO.
They didn't hold back either. Like they didn't give a fuck on HBO.
No.
Like they would show everything.
HBO was explicit.
Yeah,
for real. It's XX for real.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Especially back then, man. Like, and people love Tales from the Crypt, man. Like, even like high-profile directors, like Steven Spielberg, he wanted to get involved with Tales from the Crypt because he was a fan of it. Because I mean, they let you let loose in Tales from the Crypt. You can do what you want. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be like, you ain't got to fucking censor yourself and all that kind of shit. And even your boy Arnold Schwarzenegger directed one time, bro. Did you know that shit?
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I was watching it earlier. Yeah, he directed. I think he starred. He might have started. I don't think he did though. I think he just mainly he was on the intro of it, and then the rest of the show he was just directing it. But it was pretty funny, man, to see him with the like big ass Arnold Schwarzenegger with the Crypt Keeper. You know what I mean? Like that shit was crazy. This one here is the one I'm about to show you right now. Is it's the one that was what do you call it? The animated one. I don't know. I might make you recall this shit too. Might bring you down memory lane. So
you got to.
Yeah, no doubt, man. All right, I'm pull this shit up.
Let me check it out.
Can you see it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's
been so long ago. That had to be 93?
No, I think it was like it was a little earlier than that. I think it might have been 94, 95. I mean, later than that. I mean, yeah, because I used to watch it on Saturday mornings.
94, 95?
Yeah, around 5th grade, 6th grade.
They're like a gargoyle.
Yeah, I just like the animation style. It was pretty dope, man. Like I like the colors they used and shit. And the Crypt Keeper, he was always funny too, man. He'd always tell those lame ass those puns. He always had them puns and shit.
Oh yeah, there you go, right there. And the kid. Oh snap.
Bro, we used to get animated shows for everything, bro.
Oh snap. There you go.
Bro, you remember like they made a fucking animated show of fucking Rambo in the 80s. They did a show of fucking RoboCop in the 80s. Even Police Academy had a fucking animated show, man. You remember that shit?
I remember RoboCop.
Yeah, RoboCop,
Police
man.
Academy. Yeah, Police Academy.
I even think Conan.
Man, I remember playing Rambo on Atari.
Damn, how was that?
Rambo's on Atari.
That shit must have sucked.
That was in the 80s, bro.
I hated Ataris. I hated Ataris.
You did?
Man. Just was like Big Beezy had one. He's the only person I knew that had an Atari, bro. And so whenever we used to go visit him when we were kids, he would be playing that Atari. And I was like, I couldn't, like, because I was playing the NES, you know what I mean? So I was used to better graphics. So I go to his house and we playing that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, all you see, on Atari, all you see like little dots, and then you're trying to hit it with like lasers and shit. You know what I mean? So it's really simple kind of graphics.
Right.
I think the best one they had was what's that one car where you jump in and shit? Fuck, I forgot the name of it. It's like a jungle.
One with the cookie. Not that one, huh? Where you had to get the cookie and all that.
Nah,
that was Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Donkey Kong. Yeah, you think about Donkey Kong like when you had to play him, the original Donkey Kong where you had to go with Super Mario, and you had to fight Donkey Kong. Yeah, at the arcade, yo. Yeah.
I think that's where it came from, the Donkey Kong. That's where the Super Mario come
that's
from.
Where it came from. That might have been Mario's first appearance, bro. Was in the Donkey Kong game, bro.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
That's what it came off of.
Yo,
that's slick, bro.
Bro, I played that shit one time in Alabama, dog. We were at a camping thing. Yeah, I must have been 7 or some shit. Okay. And my family went there, and they had like a little arcade joint, and they had that shit in there. I was like, holy shit, it was crazy, yo. But that shit was a hard game too, bro. That shit wasn't even easy.
Yeah, it was.
It'd be like Donkey Kong was throwing like barrels at you and shit the whole time. Yeah. But you know what's cool about it? Oh my bad. Go ahead.
No, you good.
Oh no, I was gonna ask you, did you watch the movie, the Super Mario movie yet?
Oh, the new Mario movie?
Yeah, the new one.
I didn't get a chance to see it.
Damn.
Who's all in it?
Okay, it was dude, they got a lot of people. It was a lot of voice talent on it. But what I was trying to get to is there's a scene in there where Super Mario, he's in the Mushroom Kingdom, whatever, and he has to fight Donkey Kong. Right. So he has to fight Donkey Kong to prove himself, so he can get Donkey Kong on his side to fight Bowser. And I thought that was a cool little nod, to the to the original game, because it was like, because in the original one they fought each other, so it makes sense. Yeah. Then in the movie they would do the same thing. So
King Koopa and Bowser.
King Koopa and Bowser, yes sir. Do you remember the 90s fucking version though, fool? The 90s. You remember the Super Mario 90s movie though, fool? With John Leguizamo. The dude from what's his name?
I can't remember the other character.
He's Bob Hoskin. He's from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Remember that?
Oh, Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. He's the guy that played Mario. I thought he did good, man. Like I liked he was using that Brooklyn accent and shit.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
You heard what's the name? This John Leguizamo back in the day. Steven Seagal. You heard about that?
Nah, I didn't hear about that. I know Steven Seagal. I know John Leguizamo's been talking shit about the new Mario movie because I guess a white dude was casted as Mario, and then Luigi was also casted by a white dude. But like, I don't know why John Leguizamo was saying anything because he's not Italian; he's Colombian. And and in the original Mario movie that he was in, the dude who played Mario was also a white dude. So I don't know what what I mean. Like I think he's just trying to keep his name in the he's just trying to keep his name in the public, man. You know what I mean? Like it's what do you call it? One of the publicity kind of shits, man. He probably had a publicist like, hey, I want you to start a little controversy, get your name back out there. You know what I mean? Start some racial shit. But I just don't feel like if anything, if it would have been an Italian person saying something, you know what I mean, they would have had a right to, I feel. But I mean, come on, man. You're Colombian. You're not even an Italian person, bro. Like, come on, dude. You know what I mean? But,
come on, dog. Yeah,
that's one of those. Come on, dog. Yeah,
come on, dog. He's like, come on, dog.
Yeah, I need to record him saying that shit. I'm just gonna use it like whenever. You know what I mean? Like a voice clip and shit.
That'd be cool.
Speaking of Cole, he did tell me if he might get on here with Rich, so if they're over here, you know what I mean, they might join, so we might have the other guests come in.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we might do that. I'm gonna show you or see if I can make you remember this classic right here. Can you see it? Got that 90s music, little club music.
Oh snap. You could tell the wording was 90s. You could tell the intro was 90s, bro.
This was so 90s.
Look at that. That's a 90s intro.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't think this is a Super Mario movie, though, by looking at it.
I remember it now.
This shit don't even look like Mario, except for that.
You could tell that's a 90s intro. You could tell by the cinematography, bro.
Yeah, this movie was so bizarre, bro. That dinosaur looked good though. They did some good animatronics on that dinosaur. They were supposed to be Yoshi.
Yeah,
that didn't look nothing like Yoshi though.
He really didn't.
That's supposed to be Koopa. Like what the fuck? Like, what the fuck?
Right.
The movie is so stupid. But I ain't gonna lie, as a kid, I like this shit. I ain't gonna lie.
It's so
like,
90s, bro.
When I seen this shit, I was in Columbia.
Yeah,
I love this movie back then, bro. It was like,
right.
I mean, and I knew John Leguizamo was Colombian too, so you know, I was rooting for him.
We were 10 years old.
Yeah, I was like 9 or 10.
Oh yeah.
I remember I watched it with my Colombian friend, but he didn't like it. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think she did a lot of movies after this.
Okay.
I can see why.
At that Hoskins?
Yeah, Bob Hoskins. And I forgot the villain.
Bob Hoskins?
Yeah. Dennis Hopper was in it, you know what I mean? Yeah, that is
Dennis Hopper.
But I like I said, I enjoyed that movie for what it was at the time, bro. Like I didn't really have that much of an issue with it, you know.
Yeah. We were kids, man. So I mean, it wasn't a big issue or nothing like that. It wasn't like, oh man.
Yeah, I didn't get upset about the shit. Like nowadays, you see kids like, man, that ain't my Mario. You know, they get so upset about the shit. Yeah, do a 5-hour video talking shit about it.
Yeah, come on.
Like, man, y'all wasting my energy on so much.
Right.
The fuck.
We just come and watch a movie. Come on. Like,
I'll tell you what, there is one scene I might have to show.
People just get too emotional about movies.
Yeah, way too more emotional, especially about something like that. I was like, it's Mario, bro. Like even the new movie, they're like, it's so simple. It's so simple. It's not film. I'm like, bro, it's a movie based on a video game. The video game has a very simple premise. It's when you save a princess. I mean, there's not that much storytelling, you know what I mean, involved with the fucking games to begin with. So it's like, what do you expect? Like, what do you expected? You know what I mean?
Anybody can beat the game.
Yeah, it's like they're expecting the Godfather. You know? Like, what the fuck are y'all expecting? But yeah, it's just funny to me.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I had the Godfather game on Xbox, bro, and I beat that.
That was a good game.
I beat that game.
That was a good game. I had it on PlayStation 2. It was very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Yeah. It made me a bigger fan of the Godfather, to be honest. Yeah.
There you go.
Matter of fact, I was playing that shit before I moved here, back when we was doing mixtapes and shit. That's when I was playing that shit, when I lived at that spot. I had got it. It was cool, man. It made me get the movie. Like, I started watching all the movies and shit. It was pretty dope, man. It was like, you know, it was like Grand Theft Auto V1, except it was based in the Godfather world. And what was cool though, it kind of fits you inside the story. Like, it doesn't change the original story. You're just in that story now. You're part of that story. But the way it ends, I guess you could say, does change the story because you end up as the Godfather or some shit. But there's a part where you get to remember when he's in the hospital and he has all the mob goons like watching over him so nobody will kill him.
Yeah.
And so in the game, people, you actually get to be part of the people that, you know, that's protecting them and shit. And I remember that shit was hard. Like, they had some hard ass fucking levels though, because the shooting, like the AI was actually pretty good. Yeah, it was hard. It was a lot of ducking.
Yeah,
the one thing that did suck about it though was the driving mechanics. Like, that shit, those cars drove like tanks. Like, I hated the driving in those games. I was easily the worst part of those games, but it was cool because you could remember they had parts where you could extort businesses and shit. Like, you can go in there and like, hey, if you don't do this, we're gonna fuck up your business, or whatever. So it was very mob kind of shit going on, dude. It was cool.
It's stuck to the mob story. It's stuck to the mob family. You know what I mean? Like, it was like like 4 or 5 different mob families. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of mob, I forgot they actually included the mob in that Super Mario movie. That was part of the plot because the princess Daisy or whatever, she was an archaeologist and she was digging in this like mob owned like place or some shit, or they were trying to extort. It was I forgot what it was. It was stupid, but yeah, they had to include that because, you know, New York, you know what I mean? And but the guy they got to play him though, I forgot his name, but he's a very famous Italian actor that knows mobsters. Like, he's, you know, mafia. He's very mafia-like dude. And he's been in all kind of movies. You probably seen him. I just forgot his name because I seen one of his interviews. He got some stories, bro. That dude sat with legends and shit, you know. But yeah, he's in it as the mobster, and he gets turned into a monkey at the end, which was really weird. This is so stupid.
That is weird.
That was at the end. Like, King Koopa shoots him, and the dude like devolves and turns into a fucking chimp. And then I think they shoot Koopa with it at one point, and then Koopa dies or some shit. Like, it was stupid. That's all I was like. But it was at the same time entertaining for little kids shit.
Thank you. But we didn't care nothing about that. We was just little kids watching a movie.
I'll tell you what was weird. This scene right here, though. Hold on.
Okay.
This is I think they're trying to get Mario's trying to get something back. He gets something stolen from. Hold on. Is this it? Okay. So he has a key, and that somehow gets him into that dimension or whatever, some kind of rock from a meteorite. And this chick steals it for some reason. And this is supposed to be Big Bertha in the video games. Remember those big ass fish? Yeah, that's supposed to be her. That's what. I was like, what the fuck? I never knew that till recently.
That's nuts.
And what the fuck is that about? What the fuck? What the fuck?
What happened?
I think they included all those.
People actually wear those platform shoes today. They will actually wear those shits.
I commented on News with Zay's video last night about that because I was like that that video where he was making fun of those dudes that were wearing those Super Mario boots.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is already a classic episode, bro, because this shit's fucking hilarious as fuck.
Boots. Call them boots.
That's what happens when you start listening to fashion people. You end up dressing like that.
Remember the big red boots they were trying to wear? Boots.
That's some Hollywood. That's some old Hollywood shit for real. That's like that old bougie, stupid ass, just out there Lady Gaga type shit, bro. Just being weird, just because. You know what I mean?
Lil Wayne and all them were wearing that crap. I ain't know they wear that crap. That's all they doing is selling the brand. That's it. All they do is get those boots for free.
Yeah,
and
you wouldn't work. You wouldn't dress like that in streets. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You ain't dress like that, bro. Get your ass whooped like that. Just like, what the fuck?
You be like, I'll wear these for the commercial right now. I'm like, man, take these goddamn hot ass.
I know, man. Have some respect for yourself, man. That's all I gotta say, man. Okay, so
ridiculous.
Sorry, snapping out. But yeah,
throw these big ass boots in the trash.
I look at this shit. This shit's so 90s. They threw a fucking club scene in it.
That's always the scene in the movie is the club scene.
Yeah, what's that song called? Everybody Wants to Do That Dinosaur.
Oh gosh, I remember this song.
They played that shit on this scene, I think.
Everybody wants the dinosaur.
Because 93 was all about dinosaurs because Jurassic Park came out and all that.
Right. And then what's the other dinosaur show that came with Snaggle Rock?
Snaggle. No, I know what you're talking about. The last dinosaur, that one that used to come on.
What you know what we're talking about?
With the little baby dinosaur. Knock the mama.
Yeah.
I remember that shit.
The Land of the Lost and shit, bro.
Yeah, Land of the Lost. I used to watch that one too in Columbia.
Me too. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was a joint. Ain't gonna lie, bro.
Remember they had human-looking dinosaurs and shit.
Yeah.
And what is your boy Mario doing? Look, Mario pimp though.
Yeah.
Mario said, "I'm a smooth talker, so I can get that meteorite back."
Come here, Mario.
He says that in the movie too. He's like, "I'm gonna put some moves on him, Luigi." He said, "Watch the player in action."
Yeah.
Man, this dude's British in real life. He's not from America.
Okay.
That was in a kids movie.
Oh, we got the moves going on. Look at him.
People looking at him like, what the fuck?
Oh, she's determined. Look at him. Oh,
I can't believe this is in a Mario movie. Look, Luigi looking like the 90s club scene.
Oh, it definitely looks like the 90s club scene.
This is what the fuck
she's backing that thing up on him. Oh.
Hey. Mario said he got soul, bro.
Yeah. What the
he snatched that chain up though. She like, oh shit,
yeah,
she done jagged my chain.
She's like, oh my god, where's my chain?
I bet your kids see now that shit and be like, what the fuck? Dude, what was that about? That's probably like,
that slimy bastard. Got my chain.
She ends up on his side though. Yeah, I think later on in the movie, she does like she does him a favor, some shit like they end up being on good guy, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just had to show that people, you know what I mean? Throwback shit, you know what I mean? But yeah,
They be snatching their chains. That be like their power. Like as soon as they snatch it off, it's like I don't have any more powers. Like
yeah.
I'm
She didn't. I don't
done.
even know why she stole that shit though. Like, there's no explanation in the movie. She just steals it. You know what I mean? Oh shit, I'm
What was
getting
the
some.
point of that?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what was the point of it? Like, who wrote this? What the fuck? But onward to news and shit. Your boy got ousted, man. Two of your boys, man, got fired and shit, bro.
Oh,
Don
you talking about
Lemon got
Don Lemon
fired. Yeah, your
and
boy Don
Carlson,
Lemon
Tucker
squeezing
Carlson?
lemons and shit. The fucker Tucker Carlson. Yeah, both of them got fired, man. What's your thoughts
Yeah, he
on
got
Don
fired.
Lemon though? How you feel about him?
He always just ousted the black community. He wasn't what everyone thought he was.
Oh, okay.
He tried to say some real stuff, trying to get back the black community, but it doesn't work. Like when you say things about the black community that are despairing to the
Yeah,
black community, it doesn't work for us. You
yeah,
have to be truthful with the black community from the beginning. That's more natural than just, oh, I can say this and then I can get away with it, then I can say that and be like, oh, well, they'll love me again. Nope.
damn.
And don't try to come back to the black community once you make an error. Nope, don't do it.
You
It's
out for
not gonna
life, huh,
work.
bro?
Exactly.
You
We're done
kicked
with
out the
you.
club.
That's just like a comedian. Like you have to be funny. If you're not funny, we won't
Yeah,
accept you.
you getting
Period.
outed, man.
Like
You out. You gonna get the little
yeah,
soap. What's
you're
that?
out.
The Apollo clown's gonna come out and start. Yeah, you remember that? Hey,
Exactly.
yeah. If you was whack on the Apollo,
No.
I feel sorry for you, boy, because you're gonna be
Yeah, and then they
clown gonna
felt
come out.
sorry. Right. And then he's basically like a gay black guy, so he's
Is that what he
accepted by the
represents?
network.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he represents the LGBTQX, whatever the crap it is,
Was he the same
community.
dude that got arrested when remember when they were doing when there was those riots and shit and one of the CNN anchors went there and the cops arrested him and he was a black dude. But I don't know if that was Don Lemon or not. I don't remember who that was.
I
'Cause
don't think that was
it was
Don
more of an
Lemon.
anchor, I guess.
This is an anchor,
Yeah, it
probably,
was an anchor, but
basically.
he got for some reason he was just there to film or whatever, and then the cops just arrested him for no reason and on camera.
Right.
Um, but I think that night, I think he got bailed out or something. I don't know. But I remember that was, you know how crazy 220 was, people,
Right.
all kind of crazy shit happened.
Right.
So, but that was one of those crazy events, when all the riots and shit were going on and they were
And the
doing,
networks,
coverage.
those are the type of guys that they hire to say, okay, well, he's a black guy, he's affirmative action. He's a black guy, but he's gonna talk about the bad about the black community anyway. So we like him.
Yeah.
We'll just hire him. He's a
Damn.
affirmative action hire,
Mm,
basically.
damn. They just
So
trying to meet their
he's
quotas,
one
I
of those
guess you
guys
say.
that's gonna lick boots and kiss butt or whatever like that, to
But all
and
that kissing and getting him nowhere because he got his ass fired.
there you go. He's with him
Yeah.
for 17 years too.
But I was surprised though at Fox firing Tucker Carlson because I thought that was like their little golden boy or something. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
that was very
I was
surprising
shocked
to
to
me.
see
Yeah, it was
because of the political
like you said that one time. I
background
was
of
flabbergasted or whatever. Flabbergasted.
there you go.
Yeah,
I was surprised when they fired him too. I was like, whoa, they fired him. They fired their guy, one of their
yeah,
main
yeah.
guys,
Their main guys that brought in a lot of people, to watch Fox News.
Republican, conservative
Um, am I
people.
sharing the screen yet? Or oh, okay, no, my bad. Sorry, I was trying to get the article on here. But yeah, that's your boy right here. He's saying a text message is what
Sarcastic.
ended up happening. Carlson's tech to alarm Fox leaders. It's not how white men fight. What the fuck? It was a text message sent by Tucker Carlson to set off a panic at highest levels of. Yeah, they're panicking because they're already getting sued and shit. That's why the fuck they're panicking.
Yeah, they got sued.
This is a
Another
cleanup.
company
This
have
is
one.
a damage control, bro. This is what this is. That's to me. That's what it looks like. You know what I mean? It looks like damage control. They're like, oh shit, now they're suing us. They're fucking with our money. Now we got to do something about it. You know what I mean? We got to get
Now we
rid
gotta
of.
do something.
Got to get rid of Carlson because he's controversial, whatever.
Controversial, yeah, conservative.
Yeah.
And then it's election time too. Around election time, then Trump's trying to come back.
He be saying so much bullshit though, bro. Like, ugh, I can't fuck with that dude. Bow tie wearing. But yeah, that was just crazy. I didn't, like I said, it was just unexpected news. But then at the same time, I guess we should have expected it because they were getting sued. You know what I mean? Anyways.
Yeah, they've been sued.
So had they
and then
not
they
get
lost
sued,
the lawsuit.
well,
Yeah,
damn.
they lost a lawsuit. It means it does they lost. So the cutback, okay, we're just gonna fire this guy because he's gonna say something about him.
Damn.
He's gonna be controversial about it.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what else was in somewhat controversial news, but moving on to like a more music related topic. Your boy, man, your boy Suge, man, in jail saying Dre didn't make Doggystyle, he didn't produce Doggystyle. I don't buy that at all, though. Like, even Daz was like, bro, I didn't make any of those beats. Although he did help make Murder Was the Case. Like, he's even said that. So that was one of the tracks he actually did, I guess, collaborate with Dre on. But I don't know. I think Suge's just trying to stay in public, bro. That's all, man. He's just trying.
I think he's hurt by Snoop Dogg buying Death Row. I think he's hurt by that.
But that was Suge's own mistake because he lost it in a lawsuit by not attending court.
Yes.
All he had to do was go to court. But because you know when you get a lawsuit, if you don't show up to court the first day, you automatically lose.
You automatically lose, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So and that's exactly what Suge did. Again, that was his fuck up, man. Like he can only be mad at himself for that one, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what kind of.
And then like he lost the whole company, like I said, himself, like just bringing around a bunch of bad energy around the company and didn't keep it business. Like he brought a bunch of people that wasn't involved in music or anything like that and didn't really know about business.
You talking about after Dre and all them left? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. And before then too, like he brought a bunch of people that wasn't about the music or anything like that. There were a bunch of hang-arounds and Suge had a bunch of security, bunch of cops working at security, which was a bad idea. Yeah, sorry.
All that shit was a bad idea when you think about it. All that kind of shit. He brought a lot of unnecessary elements to to that label.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, and that's why I remember those times. I remember when Snoop got arrested for weed after Tupac's death, before he went to No Limit. I remember when the feds were looking into Death Row. I remember all that shit, bro. That shit was on the news, and that's like, even then, I knew I was like, man, y'all brought that street shit into this. That was not a good idea at all, because the feds were already looking at Tupac, and then by default they're gonna start looking at Death Row, so they were already gonna look at them dudes for that shit. So it's like y'all should have been very low key. Y'all were just too out there with the shit. You know what I mean? Too boastful about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's where they.
And then Tupac was getting looked into anyway because his last name, basically.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. By default, he's Tupac Shakur, his family, their history and shit, with the Black Panthers and all that. So obviously he's gonna be a person of interest for them because of that, affiliation and everything. And then you go on Suge Knight's label, which is gang related and all that shit. And then, it's just like the perfect storm of crazy shit,
Bunch of Bloods and Crips up there, man. There's a bunch of stupid crap that was going on up there that was very unnecessary.
I'll tell you,
they should have kept the music business.
Yeah, exactly.
They should have kept the personal separate and the business separate, basically.
Yeah, exactly. That's
music
what they
should have been music, and whatever goes on the outside should have just been on the outside.
Yeah.
But once you bring all that inside, that just makes it bad for business all the way around.
Yeah, because a bunch of goons really ain't gonna contribute to what you're doing as far as making a song. If you're making a song, you're hanging out with goons and shit, they ain't gonna really have nothing much to offer, unless they're creative or something, But usually that's not the case anyway. Everybody's just drinking and smoking and partying. Like that's the way they look at it. You know what I mean? They don't look at it from the artist perspective. You know what I mean? So yeah. But I tell you, who Master P knew what to do though.
Yes.
P knew what to do with that shit.
He was intelligent, man. He went to University of Houston for business.
Yeah, and P had a lot of goons on on No Limit too, but he knew how to keep that shit separated, man. He was a smart dude.
Yeah.
And he knew how to get paid. He knew how to get people paid. I mean, like from Snoop Dogg, according to Snoop, he said that No Limit was the one label where he seen rappers really balling out, and like he didn't see that even at Bad Boy or even at Death Row. Like
Death Row.
because probably Suge Knight and them probably had most of the money. You know what I mean?
But really and truly, the labels had most of the money too. They was basically like a loan by the labels, really.
Yeah, Jimmy Iovine, Time Warner, like their hands are definitely not clean and all that.
No. Why do you think Jimmy Iovine got out the music industry? He knew he was dirty. He knew he did some dirty foul business.
You could tell he is too. I've seen him on the one interview. He was like, "Yeah, don't snitch around me." 50 Cent. 50 Cent was talking about Jimmy Iovine. Jimmy Iovine's like, "Yeah, don't ever mention criminal shit around me because I don't want to know." He's plausible deniability is basically what he was saying.
Sure.
And so yeah, of course.
Jimmy Iovine's had a lot of controversy around him as far as like the music business. He don't want to work with black artists because.
But Tupac was Interscope too, though. So technically, even though he was signed to Death Row, he was still under that Interscope umbrella.
Interscope, yes, he was.
I think Interscope owned Death Row at that time.
There you go. Yes.
So it's just a big part of that umbrella. But after the late '90s, all those labels started eating each other, kind of like the movie industry is right now. And so it just like 5 big record labels or something now, or some shit
like
less.
5 now.
And Universal's one of them.
Universal and Sony, I think.
So I think Sony's still part of it. Yeah, and they fucked over Michael Jackson so hard. They did Michael Jackson so dirty with their contracts and everything, man. The old Jackson.
It was horrible. And Michael Jackson exposed him.
Yeah, Michael Jackson
he
definitely.
Was like such and such is a racist. Who's that? Tommy Mottola.
Oh yeah, Tony Manola. That's who used to. Mariah Carey was married to that dude for a minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey was
in the early 90s.
Early 20s, 21?
Ooh,
yes.
She was fine.
92, 91,
back
92.
then. Yeah, that's when she was super fine. Man, I mean, don't she's still fine, but she was really fine back then, bro.
Oh, yes, she was.
Yeah,
with
Tony
the
Manola.
curly hair, and she was thin, petite, shape. You know what I'm saying? Like a superstar shape.
Every dude was thirsting after Mariah back then, bro.
Yes, sir. But they say Mariah's not easy a woman to get with, man. She likes high profile people. You better be on your game when you're talking to Mariah Carey. They already said it.
Yeah.
Dame Dash said himself, you better be on your tip top game when you're talking to Mariah Carey.
Damn, with Dame Dash too.
Yeah, man.
That's wild. Shit, remember when T-Boz was married to fucking Mac 10? That shit was crazy.
I remember that shit. Straight up.
I don't think they're married anymore, but they were back then.
Nah. They've been divorced like early 2000. Yeah. They got a child from it.
Oh damn.
I think it's a girl. It was a girl. I think she's almost like a grown woman now.
Oh really?
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Damn.
Yes, sir. Matter of fact, I just seen a video with Mac 10. Matter of fact, Mac 10 just did a song with somebody. It was good.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just seen that too. Yeah, I was gonna mention that. Yeah, Mac 10's trying to get back in the limelight a little. I think he's doing some shows out here too. I've seen some promos for it. Mac 10 was definitely one of my favorite like West Coast artists back then. Who banging records with MCA and all
He's
that.
He's underrated, man.
Yeah,
Mac 10's underrated, man.
He's definitely underrated.
A lot of people don't give him credit.
Nah, but I like his albums. Every album I had was dope. Paper Route was dope. The one he did with Cash Money was even dope. Like Mac 10, you know what I mean? Like he's just gangster rap for real.
Mac 10 is spit, man.
Yeah,
and the one he did with West Side Connection and everything like that. Yeah, he can spit. But him and Ice Cube still got beef.
Yeah, over some kind of money issue, and then something about Q got into it with one of his relatives or something like that. And so I guess that's why.
Right. That's why they still kind of just not talking to each other. He said he hadn't talked to Ice Cube about 25 years. That's crazy.
That is crazy. But again, it'd be like that in the industry, though. In the music industry, especially. Especially as like, whenever you're dealing with money can fuck up everything, bro, in a lot of ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bad business.
Yep. And then when you bring certain people in, sometimes it can mess up the relationships too, because certain people might put this in your ear and put that in. Oh man, he said something about you. Oh man, he doing this to you, man. Yeah. Oh, you gotta watch out for this guy, man. Oh, I see him over here talking to such and such you don't like. So it can mess up all type of things.
It's those social circles that. Because like sometimes you might have a friend or something, you might be cool with him, but then he might be hanging around with other motherfuckers you don't like. and can't get along with, then creates that, kind of issues and shit. So
creates the rift.
Yeah, the rift. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Because man, Westside Connection was going in, man. It was doing it, man.
Bow
like
down
they had two
when you come to my town.
Bow down when the West would bow. Bow down.
Yeah,
I ain't a hater like you.
Yeah, man. They went in, man. They were going in on the East Coast back in those days. Did you hear the Inspector Deck verse that just recently got released from the original verse that was supposed to be on the Tupac All Eyes on Me album? With when he did that cut with Wu-Tang shit on it, like with Method Man and Red. Yeah,
I heard about that.
This dude, he spit some sick ass shit on there. Dog. Like, I gotta send you. That's how I heard it on TikTok, man. It was dope as fuck. I was like, damn, they should make Daz should remix it and include Tupac's part still in it, but just keep the Inspector Deck. And I think Lady of Rage is supposed to be on it too, bro. Originally, before he got took off by Tupac. Yeah. Tupac, he's trying to make an album. You know what I mean? So, and they were trying to get Tupac's album out. So I can understand it.
Right.
Like we've done similar things with our mixtapes, you know what I mean? Like just because we do, when we used to record, I remember we do like multiple songs, like we do shit for Necessary Roughness, but we doing shit for Sons of Gunja, Mississippi Zone, and Richard's album all at once, you know what I mean? And then all at once. Yeah. And then sometimes depending on where the project is going to go, you're like, man, just put this song, even though we're supposed to be for this song, well, fuck it, we'll just put on yours just to get shit out there, you know what I mean? And we've done that, so that's just part of the music, thing.
We do. We working, man.
It happens when you're trying to put shit out there. But that's a good way of working though when you're doing multiple projects, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah.
I mean, we still got shit. We got unreleased shit we ain't never put out. You know what I'm saying? Or,
exactly.
I remember Blow Big Dope never got put out, and that got White Mike and Accused on it. It's never been like officially. Like it's not
from the bottom.
But
came out on.
I wish we could have recorded it in a real lab. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
because it was a hard ass song, but it just sucked. It was basement quality. You know what I mean?
Oh, hey, check this out though. Remember that horror song you and Kingcold did back in the day?
We talked about that one time. Yeah, on here, we did a crazy song. It was like a horror song, and basically, we were playing. It was kind of like a homage to horror, I guess you could say. But the beat was dark as fuck, and it was like we were playing the roles of serial killers in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my verse. I only remember like a few bars. It was like, gun in hand, someone ran, carcass found in someone's van. Because the beat was kind of like really. It was just I was just trying to flow with the beat, and I was trying to like have short bars on it. And so, but I just don't remember the other. But I mean, it was crazy though because we even put sound effects and shit. Like I think at the end of remember Dirty's verse, girl screams or some shit. But we didn't put that out because I was like, this might rub people the wrong way at the time. You know what I mean? This was the time when they were doing crunk music and Lil Jon and ATL and all that shit was going on. You know what I mean? So we just said, now we're gonna cut it. And we lost the beat too, so it's not like we couldn't really redo it. I used to have all those verses, but I had so much of my verses. I think I threw them away 10 years ago or some shit. But I had all that shit, which was crazy. All of the verses, even from those days. I still had shit from those days, man. It was crazy. I'm a real what do you call that shit? A hoarder. Yeah, because I got all kind of digital shit too, man. Like mixtape and shit we did. But yeah, I remember I was gonna talk to you about this shit right here when I'm trying to find it. And I remember in 1998 when Belly came out, man. This was a big ass like it was a what do you call it? Like it was a big thing because Nas was in it, and this was around the time DMX was about to come out. Then DMX was just coming out in 98.
Let's take it back to the streets, mother.
Hype Williams was the director, and he was big in music videos, so he was doing like mad shit. Remember that? And his videos used to look like movies because he was able to use like really expensive equipment, like movie level kind of shit. Yeah, because back in the day, the labels had so much money. They could just throw money at movie directors.
Man. Shout out to Hype, man.
Yeah.
He did videos for Missy, Busta Rhymes. He did videos
so
for a
many,
lot of people.
He Still Dre was his, like so many videos. He was probably one of the best music directors. I thought though when he dropped this movie though, I thought he was gonna continue to make movies. I thought he was gonna graduate from music videos to movies. But I guess something about this movie, the process of it rubbed him the wrong way or something. And because he has flashy visuals, that's his main thing.
Yes.
Like this shit. Like I love this scene though, you know what I mean? Because once they get in the club, the lighting changes. They look like vampires. Is pretty much what they look like up in this video. Like those fools like. I think their eyes. Yeah, look at that shit. Like the motherfuckers look like vampires up in this bitch, bro.
For real. We hit that bitch. Woo!
Yeah, fools got excited. They hit a lick.
Yeah, for real.
So I guess this place doesn't have cameras or anything because they're just coming in there. Faces showing and shit. Flashy as fuck.
Dude, hit the glass and all that shit. I'm talking about me.
This kind of looks like a club I went to in LA one time.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, a little bit because they had but it was a bar, but they had like girls dancing and shit. It was overpriced as fuck though. Like that shit was so expensive. I forget what they call it. I think it's the Vault or some shit. And it looks cool and shit, but it's so overpriced though. Like they tax.
I bought a gift for my man in the whole nine. I bought my gift for the man in the whole nine. That's not too bad. I'm trying to see what's up. What's up?
Method Man was funny. He was one of the best, roles in this movie. I think like he did a really good job, man. Like I don't know why I got the filter. I put this filter the wrong way and shit. Like it's supposed to be it's not even doing anything. Like it's supposed to be over here. I'm tripping, bro.
The filter's on the wrong.
It's the weed, bro. That's a long ass intro. Now I think about it. So somebody went in there and stashed the guns, I guess.
Stashed the guns, yeah.
Like I guess a chick did or something.
Yeah, it had to be one chick that was working there or something.
Yeah, that's some Godfather type shit.
For real, straight up. That's when Michael Corleone shit. Remember? He went in the bathroom, got the gun.
This is the lowest club I've ever seen in my life.
For real.
I'm like, ain't got no other lights in this bitch. That dude, I thought that was big.
That's our son. Our son Johnson, man.
Oh, is it? What the fuck? I never knew that. What the fuck? Yeah. I like these masks though. I don't know why. I just like to look how they look when they do that.
Cold as ice.
Yeah, like that shit. That was a dope ass scene. But this movie, like the one thing about this movie, it's not really written that good or anything. Like it's basically it steals from like Scarface and shit, like that shootout at the end. It's straight out of Scarface, right. But it was still cool because I like that Jamaican character. Who he's a real music singer too. Like he's a real Jamaican dude. The real deal Rascalad.
Rankin or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he died a few years ago. Yeah, he died, remember?
Matter of fact, rest in peace to the dude too, man. He passed, man.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. In the accident. It was a car accident.
Yeah, it was a car accident.
In Jamaica. Yeah. Rest in peace. Whoop shot. I'm the roughest, toughest.
If you ever been around real Jamaicans, you know how they are.
Yeah. He was a rude boy, too.
Yeah, he was definitely a rude boy. This scene was always funny because, like, the way they roll the blunts up, like, just, why did they do that?
I know, right?
Explain. Is that a New York thing? New Yorkers, do y'all do that? Like, somebody talk to me. Because I never understood that shit. 'Cause it's like skinny, but then it gets all fat and loose looking at the top,
Yeah.
This is like the ugliest blunt I've ever seen in my life. Where the fuck are they showing this shit at?
But they was smoking like about 8 blunts, bro. I'll tell you.
Yeah, like he had which is kind of a bad idea to have the weed in the bowl like that because it just loses the THC because it's it's exposed to the air and shit.
It's compacted. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, that's how they roll their shit. Like it was all fat and then it gets skinny. I guess it kind of makes sense, but we never rolled like that. I don't think.
Maybe no, not really.
We used to roll those fat ass joints and shit too.
We do.
Well, when they call them the Scooby Doobies.
Scooby Doobies.
Yeah, like,
Scooby Dooby, my friend. Stupid blunt. Don't talk about
one last thing.
Stupid point papers.
Yeah, man. Ant was a good roller. It still is.
For real, straight up.
I done lost it when it comes to rolling.
Nah, I still got it though. But I got better at rolling the joints though.
Yeah, that's why I can still roll J's, but it's blunts, man. Blunts are a whole different thing.
Oh yeah, I wrote a rap not too long ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Remember the raps? You used to get some color flavor
I
raps and
remember that
stuff.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote a rap one day. I was like, okay, cool, that's what's up.
Yeah. And shit
I don't like that shit.
Shit will fuck your throat up with that smoking that paper though.
Right.
I used to think, man, this movie made me want to get a car like that. And I ended up I got the Chrysler, even though that's a Dodge Intrepid, but I ended up getting a Chrysler 300. I mean, not 300, but a Chrysler Concorde. And I used to think these cars look so cool, and it's because of this fucking movie, bro. And that car ended up being a piece of shit. It stalled out on me. Snap. Even though it looked fancy, it only had 50,000 miles. It still fucked up on me. It should piss me off.
That's nuts.
Yeah, they fucked me over on that car.
They rolling real heavy.
Yeah, dude, dropping
Omaha, Nebraska, man. Shout out to Omaha, Nebraska.
I always took this shit. I was like, are y'all trying to say that down south dudes are snitches and shit? Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, that's how that shit came across to me. It's cause this dude's they're in the south somewhere, VA or some shit, I think, or that's Oklahoma or some shit. Oh, Nebraska, yeah, my bad.
Omaha, Nebraska.
And so I guess dudes were snitching on them and shit because they from New York.
Right, that's what it was. They stealing all their customers, stealing their whole base.
Yeah,
they come down there moving heavy artillery, basically.
Yeah, so they dropping 12s over here. This is funny. They don't give a fuck about no motherfucking cop.
Shorty can't read no books. Shorty can't read no books.
Man, that shit was funny as fuck. DMX, dude. That made me an instant fan of DMX on me. Like, I was like, all right, man, this dude is a star, dog. I don't care what anybody says.
You know what? DMX remind me of the East Coast, like, rough, like, Pac, as far as, like, acting and rapping. Like, he's very talented, too.
Like, he reminds me of Tupac without him being an imitation of Tupac, if that makes sense.
There you go.
His music, to me, it kind of filled that void. It filled the void that Tupac left, because Tupac was very emotional kind of music, you know what I mean? So, and that's how DMX was, like, really heartfelt, you know, from the gut kind of music. And I think that's what DMX embodied, that kind of shit too. And then he was, you know, crazy thug, you know, all that kind of shit.
There you go. So he came from rough life too.
Yeah,
both of them like from New York too.
East Coast dudes, yeah.
Right.
Even though Tupac is, you know, associated with the West Coast, but originally though he didn't live in New York or anything. But he was dope, man. Like, yeah, DMX was definitely that's why it's like it sucks that he's not around, because there's nobody else like him anymore. You know, it's like
no. I had 2 of DMX's albums. You know what I'm saying? I had 3 of 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think the first 4 albums were fire, bro. Like,
oh my gosh,
you know, and you know the first 2 though were really just one, because he recorded all those songs in the same time period. Or Blood of My Flesh, of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood.
Flesh and Blood of My Blood.
He recorded that at the same time as he did, you know, It's Dark and Hell Is Hot.
There you go.
So they got put out like immediately. It was like one of the first rappers to go like platinum right after his first album or something, like on his second album. Right. So yeah, people loved him.
And he saved hip hop at the time too. He saved Def Jam. He was one of the guys that saved Def Jam.
Yeah, definitely. Def Jam at that time had Redman, Method Man was on Def Jam, I think. Yeah, Method Man was even on Def Jam. Def Jam fell off too.
Oh, it fell out bad.
Speaking of another company that lost their soul.
Yes.
Oh man, that shit sucks. It just sucks to see so many companies, especially nowadays, that's done that, man. It's like, it's not just music, it's not just movies, it's not just games. It's like, it's all these companies just selling out. And it's like they lose what they originally were, you know?
Right. It's like they don't even want the companies anymore. It's like, I'm bored with this.
Exactly. Man, this scene was funny. Like, remember, he was watching that crazy shit, and old boy was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah. And I seen that movie somewhere.
I still don't know what the fuck that movie is.
Yeah, it's like some crazy movie or something, man. With some kids, they like way in like the boondocks somewhere. They just do some wild crap.
Country ass white kids, yeah.
Yeah, some trash kids or some crap like that. But it's funny, but it's just like some weird.
Yeah, it looks weird. This house looks like it's a fucking art studio. That doesn't even look like a house.
Like, it's nice as crap, man. I'm telling you. It looks like house. It's upstate. It looks
Yeah,
like it's upstate New York somewhere, like
like
New
that's
Jersey somewhere.
New Jersey Shore.
Yeah,
Nah, not Jersey.
but I know what you're talking about though. Like it
Yeah,
looked like it's upstate New Jersey or something.
yeah, man. I still haven't visited New York, man. I still never been there.
Me either. I was supposed to go with my cousin like several years ago to New York. We supposed to
Oh,
go up
really?
there.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too. Same thing. I had my cousin. He moved out there for a little bit. He was living in Long Island. Shout outs to Rob
yeah.
Bacon. And
Okay, cool.
yeah, he kept wanting me to go out there, but at the time I just didn't have the money to go out there. You know what I mean? So I wasn't able to, unfortunately. But I would have loved to go because if he
Yeah.
has family in New Jersey as well, so I would have been able to just stay at his house. I wouldn't have had to pay for hotels or any of that old bullshit. And I would have been
Okay.
able to go. You know what I mean? But he's now about to move to Chicago, actually. So I might get to go to, Chi-Town, the motherland.
Chi-Town.
You know what I mean? So we might be able to go there. I've never been to
Okay,
Chicago,
Chi-Town. I ain't ever been to Chicago. I know somebody who's been. I know we supposed to have family up there in
Yeah, man.
Chicago. So
Mississippi's well connected with Chicago. That's where
absolutely.
families from the SIP moved, migrated to Chicago. A lot of the famous blues singers, jazz singers moved out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's where the music scene was at the time. That was like the ATL of, blues and all that shit back then, bro.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it,
yes.
you know what I mean? Chicago was a hot spot. You go out there and you would record, you know what I'm saying?
Like I said, New York, Chicago, was that Detroit?
Detroit. Yeah, like a lot of people moved to the Midwest and then to California, obviously, too. So all the South pretty much migrated toward those areas.
Migrated, yes.
You know what I mean?
Because of better opportunities.
Yeah, because of opportunity.
Yeah. They wanted to get away from the South, the old South.
If I would have been a black person back then, I would have fucking wanted to move to Canada. Like, fuck the South, fuck this entire country, fool.
I hear you.
And I don't
the way the country is now, it's understandable.
And history-wise, was Canada really a haven back then, or were they racist too? Because I don't know.
I heard they had some type of racism in Canada. I think in certain places do you go in Canada, it might be some racism.
I'm sure they did. I mean, it was colonized by what, French people and shit for the most part?
Yeah. I think by the French. I thought it was European, but it's by
it's same area, French and Britain, all that. I mean, it's literally across the bridge. Paris is from, you know what I mean? So it's like shit.
They say like in Washington, from like Detroit to Washington is like a line. You cross, you'd be right to Canada, basically.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Yeah, Detroit's right. My cousin, that's another place he goes. He was in Canada. I've never been to Canada. I want to go though, but
I actually want to try and see what's up.
I heard they're really strict though about like if you got any kind of like a misdemeanor or any kind of DUI, I think like they won't let you in or like shit like that, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I understand, but still, I have a DUI, so you know what I mean. Like, I want to go to Canada. You know what I mean? But it's been a minute. It's been 10 years, so I should be.
Can I enter?
Yeah, can I get in?
Can I get in? Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, I wouldn't mind visiting up there myself.
Yeah.
There you go.
This scene.
Hey, we was talking to the kids.
There's the last scene I'm gonna talk about too, though. But
heck yeah.
This scene, man, it just reminds me of little kids we knew when they were like that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's
like
crazy, man.
We knew little homies like that. There was out there hustling and shit, and it was like, just bad kids, man. That's what it reminds. But Nas is like, the old wise, OG kind of dude that's trying to drop knowledge to him, but the kid, he ain't gonna listen to him.
He's still a hard-headed, knucklehead dude.
Which is like, that's just reality. What's cool about this scene though, people, is this is basically just a live action version of the lyrics from Nas's album on his first album, Illmatic, when he was describing that kid. That's the same scene. He rapped about this in Illmatic, and Hype Williams just made a fucking scene out of it, pretty much, bro. Because go back to the what song was it? Was it on when did he mention this? Was it on?
What was that song? I just listened to
the Illmatic
album too.
Was it One Love?
It might have been One Love, or it could have been One Love.
He said Shorty.
I just listened to the album. It wasn't the New York State of Mind.
It's not New York State of Mind. I'm having a brain fart. But he told this exact story in that song, which was so cool.
Right.
Yeah, man. It's a sad scene in a way, you know what I mean? Because it's fucked up for the kid and everything.
Right.
It has that
Like
gloomy
a
New
crab in a
York.
bucket, man. He's a crab in a bucket.
When they in
He's
Queensbridge
stuck in the
projects.
war. Right.
There they go wearing them
He's stuck
Timbs.
in the war.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's how it feels, man. Like for people that aren't from the hood, man. Like when you're a kid growing up and it feels like you're in a war zone. Like
Yeah.
that's what growing up in the hood feels like, man. That's why it feels so
I think it
hopeless.
was.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think it was in Queens, man. One of the biggest projects in the world, man.
Yeah, one of the biggest projects, which is crazy. It's because their projects, on the East Coast are like stacked up.
Yeah.
It's not like in the West Coast or the dirty South, you know what I mean? Like where we got projects in the South, it's just like two floors at most, you know what I mean?
Basically, bro. Like Queensbridge is like a freaking city. I
Yeah,
think it's got
Queensbridge
like
is a
about
city.
20 to 30,000 people,
It has nice
basically.
parts in it as well. It's not just all hood. I think LL
Right.
Cool J was from a part of Queens that was kind of like almost like a suburb kind of area or something. Like he wasn't
Yeah.
from the hard part of Queens. He was more like,
Nah.
regular kind of spot. So
And then,
yeah.
50 Cent it wasn't suburban, but it was still like hood, like, but it wasn't all the way suburban, like.
Oh yeah, because he lived
It's
with
the
his
name of it.
grandma or something.
Right, live with his grandma.
Yeah, I think they had a
Because, his
house.
mom's, yeah.
Yeah, man.
His mom's got murdered, something like that.
His mama got murdered in a fucked up way too, bro. Like when she got
Straight up.
burned to death, man. That's just fucked up. Like I give it up to 50 for being a dude that's lived through a lot of trauma, but he's able to like
Yeah.
be strong out of
Yeah.
it. He doesn't like get caught up in depression and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
Yeah.
just one of those kind of people, I guess. Lucky dude, really, because like that would fuck up a lot of
That's
people. You know
fortunate.
what I mean? Like think about your mom getting burned to
Right.
death. Like
Straight up.
that's some fucked up shit. That would give me PTSD for life. You know what I mean?
Right. And think about it, all the series that he makes is kind of correlation to the life. You know what I'm saying? It's like I think he really kind of forgets about it when he does the series, or he just tells about his story basically when he does these series and he
Oh yeah,
helps
then
him
he has
out.
to think about it.
Right. I think it's more as his psychological, what you want to call therapy, basically.
Yeah,
It's like his
therapy.
therapy.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
know people like that. Like that's how they deal with depression. They end up just working on something just to stop thinking
Right.
about it, which is a good way to do
I
that.
think it is too.
Yeah,
Because it only helps.
Yeah, exactly. But I do it through art. As I deal with this shit. But,
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's very therapeutic, especially when you're like
Very therapeutic.
going through shit. You know what I mean? Like, and you just want to get your mind because I just focus on that. I think that's why my art's so like detailed sometimes. I just like to focus on the details and kind of gets my brain off things and shit.
Right.
Okay, I found. I was trying to find that LL Cool J video from the fucking 80s. It was just interview kind of thing, but I just wanted to show like people what we were talking about, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. So like they got some nice little brick house and everything. But this is
From
after he
Queens.
blew up. Yeah, this is after he blew up. Look at Pops. Pops like, oh shit, they got some cameras in the hood and all this shit.
50 Cent's grandma lives in the house like that.
Oh wow. That's LL's grandma right there.
Okay. I ain't ever seen his grandma before. Okay.
Yeah, she looked like my neighbors that used to live on Lemieux Street. And my mom used to wear glasses just like that. She looks like my mom,
okay.
actually. That's funny, My
Man.
As you see
That's
the plastic on the
back in the day.
You see the plastic on the sofas and shit.
Oh yeah, that's grandma for sure.
Yeah.
LL Kango hat.
LL hard as hell.
I'm bad. Yeah.
Young LL was dope, man. Like I love like the young LL Cool J. He was very energetic in those rhymes. Yeah, he was hungry. Battle rapper back then.
Yes. Maybe he's on Crush Groove. It's Crush Groove LL.
I think this is after he made that love song, that I Need Love, So he's explaining to him, why they call him LL Cool J, Lady Love Cool J. That's what he's telling the border. That's a nice ass neighborhood.
DJ Cut Creator, bro. On the right. That was a DJ Cut Creator.
Oh, that's dope. Dropping trivia. I didn't even know that. Yeah. That's dope.
DJ Cut Creator. That's the one that was with him in Crush Groove too. As soon as they entered the room, I'm my radio. That's the song they did.
Yeah. That's just dope. That radio. It's just the energy of it.
Oh yeah, the energy was crazy. It was Def Jam too, so it made sense.
We got that Kango on.
Yes, sir. That's the swag. That was one of the swags back then. It's Kango hat.
Yeah, I've never rocked the Kango hat.
I like the Kango hat.
Yeah, I like them. I just never rocked them though, because they were out of fashion back then. Once we were teenagers and shit.
Okay, that's understandable.
But yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. I still would have rocked it though. No lie.
But yeah, that neighborhood looks like a regular ass neighborhood. That does not. That
really
does not look like the hood or anything.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's one of the nice neighborhoods in Queens and shit.
And then it kind of almost looked like the neighborhood that Heavy D grew up in Long Island. You know what I'm saying?
I never knew. I never knew about that.
Yeah, Long Island kid, man. Suburbs.
All right.
And then his parents were Jamaican.
Damn, Jamaican. That's like Big's parents. Big's parents were Jamaican.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's a lot of Jamaicans in New York, though. Yeah.
Then Busta Rhymes is Jamaican.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. Well, leaders of the new school, his first group before he became solo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What's his name? Brown and the other guy. Those three guys.
That's another very energetic rapper.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes. I was just watching that shit when he was in that movie, in Halloween movie, and he fights Michael Myers.
You might have to bring up the clip on that one.
I'm about to bring it, but before I do, I gotta say that the movie that came before this had LL Cool J in it, though. Remember H2O?
Yeah, I remember that.
But that one was good.
Yes,
this shit was fucking bad because they killed Michael Myers in that movie, and he was supposed to get his head chopped off. Remember? And then in this one, Halloween Resurrection, they're like, "Nah, that was somebody else." I was like, "What?" It's stupid, but yeah, I'm gonna have to play this shit, man. Now that we talking about both LL and Busta Rhymes, shit, might as well. But yeah,
shout out to both.
Yeah, shout outs to both, man. Prolific dudes and shit, rappers.
Yes.
Yeah, you see it? All right,
there you go.
I think that's Busta Rhymes in that suit.
Michael Myers.
That's the real Michael Myers with the knife.
Yes. Long ass knife too. Look at that knife, bro. Yeah, that's him right. That's Michael Myers right there. Yeah, you can tell. He ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Michael Myers ain't gonna say shit. Real killer, no talk.
Exactly. Okay.
Busta Rhymes chewing his ass out.
All right.
Yeah, them double toasted dudes were talking about this scene. I caught it. Which is hilarious.
He gonna get you.
Busta Rhymes sounds like one of those bosses that chews you out.
Right.
Come on, god damn it. Like getting chewed out by your grandpa or something. Michael Myers said he ain't trying to hear that shit, man. Turn it back on.
He still snapped.
I think that's the only part of that movie that's even worth watching, bro.
Right. Oh, matter of fact, we gotta give shout outs to DJ Kool Herc and Missy Elliott. They in Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They definitely deserve it. Missy Elliott, one of the most creative female rappers in the game. I can't stand the rain. I think she's
one of the most creative ones ever. I think she's one of the most creative female rappers ever.
Yeah, well, her videos were cool because you always look forward to it. Like, I wonder what Missy Elliott's going to do crazy in this video. She always does something crazy. Remember, she did that futuristic one, I think, with Lil' Kim or some shit.
Yeah.
Man, she did so many. The one with Ludacris, man. Like, there's so many music videos she did.
Oh, yeah. That 1 minute thing or whatever. Yeah. Man, whatever. And then the one with I Can't Stand the Rain, that one.
That song was crazy back in the day. Remember? They were making all those weird head movements and shit, the dancing and shit.
Right.
I remember.
And she was a lady, like, big lady at the time, you know what I'm saying? She had a weight on her. But she had what was that, garbage bag or something on her? She was one of the first ones to
doing
do
all that weird twisted shit.
Yeah, that shit was, ain't gonna lie, it was pretty cool though.
It was, man. It was unique. It was a very unique video, man.
Yeah.
Your boy Puffy on
Because
there.
nobody would ever dare do that. Not even a female rapper would dare do that at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But
you know what I'm
Missy
saying?
Elliott just had that kind of charisma about her too, though. She could do that, and nobody's gonna question it. You know what I mean? Like she's gonna do that shit, and it's gonna be dope, and you can't say shit about it. Really, that's how Missy Elliott was.
Exactly. And then Missy Elliott didn't sell out, and then want to put on no skirt, dress, or nothing. She just was herself. She was just herself.
I was watching a clip of Timbaland, and he was talking about she's really picky when it comes to beats. Like she would turn down a lot of his music. He said it was like, damn, you don't like this beat, you don't like this beat. But she was like, nah, you know. So yeah, but that's cool though that she was like that, because it made Timbaland step his game up too. You know what I mean?
Which is good.
But yeah, I forgot to mention this is the Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo, people.
Cinco de Mayo.
I don't have no Drinko De Mayo, but I do have that edible. So I might just take that shit. No. You know, it's all good.
Hey, I don't have a Modelo, but I had 2 of them early. So shout out.
I got one more headline I did want to talk about. I don't know if you've been keeping up with things, but on the Marvel Comics side of things, they just put out that Ant-Man 3. I don't know if you watched Ant-Man 3.
I haven't seen it yet.
Had some mixed reviews. I watched it. I liked it. I just didn't like the ending. I thought the ending they should have ended it like the stakes were too high, and they didn't. And the problem is the movie just ends on a happy ending, even though they're trying to introduce Kang the Conqueror, played by Johnattan Majors at that time. And he's supposed to be like badass dude, right? He's like he could do damn near anything. You know, he's so he doesn't have magic powers or anything like that. He's supposed to be just like a dude from the future that he's like from the year 3000. So he has really advanced technology, you know what I mean? And so that's what he was supposed to play. And Johnattan Majors did his thing in that movie though. Like he was really scary, you know, he came across as a scary dude, big dude, intimidating. But unfortunately though, you know, he got caught up recently in some kind of, what do you call it, abuse or whatever? Relationship, what do you call it? Domestic abuse charge. But it's weird though, because I thought they said the girl
lied.
Like she admitted to it, and then but the case is still going on. So I don't know. And then what's even weirder than that though is like as soon as he got arrested, then you have all these other people that worked with him in other movies. Like he was abusive on the set. You know what I mean? Like they made him out to be this villain. And I'm just wondering if that's even true. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that true? Like, why did y'all wait till he got arrested to come out and say that?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, why didn't y'all say nothing before then? So I don't know if that's true, but that dude, I think when he found acting, I think he had got caught up in the streets a little bit, and he found acting, and that was his way out of there. I think he studied theater or something like that, and then he went to a school for it. But he's lived everywhere. He lived in Lompoc, I think is how you pronounce it, California. I think he's born there, which is like this. Believe it or not, California has small towns, and this is a small town. It's past Santa Barbara. It's like it's really in the middle of nowhere. Like you have to go all the way to the like ass end of the fucking state, and that's what that shit's. I think it's like a military town too. I tried visiting that shit, but I couldn't. I got lost. But
snap! Okay.
Yeah, it's way out there though, but it's a beautiful trip though, man. Like because on the way there, like you're cruising down the coast side, so you see all this cliffside shit. Very beautiful ride. It's in Santa Barbara. It's like this town in California. It's like a college kind of town, I guess you could say. But it's really beautiful. It's one of the most probably beautiful towns I've seen out here. But but that's where he was born, around that area, and then he ended up in Texas. I think is where he was raised at though.
Yeah,
like
Texas,
Dallas, I think, or something. But yeah, it's a shame he got caught up in this shit though, because like he did good in Creed 3.
Yes,
which was really dope. I love that movie.
I want to see it so bad. I haven't seen it.
Man. Like, I mean,
I'm so sad I haven't seen it yet. I gotta go check it out.
Did you see the other Creeds too, though? Like Creed 1 and 2?
Yes.
Yeah,
I see 1 and 2.
Yeah, those are really good, man. I like the first one, Creed, though, just because like the Philly atmosphere. You know what I mean? Like it was set in Philly, and then you got Rocky coming back and everything. I thought it was so good, man. That was like I think it came out when that NWA movie came out around that time.
Yes, it did. Really did.
And Creed 2 was cool though too, because they brought back the Russian dude and everything. You know what I mean? So it kind of ties back to the Rocky franchise.
Right.
But I like how in this one though, the new one, it's like a whole new guy or whatever. He doesn't have ties to the old franchise, and I think he's supposed to be like his homie or something in the movie.
Yeah.
And then he goes to jail, and I guess he takes the charge for the other guy's character, Creed's son. And so I guess when he gets out, he wants to come up, and he's like, "Bro, you took my shine." Basically, that's how he's coming at it. And and the movie, goes into stereotypical Rocky mode, I guess, after that. But I mean, it was cool. Like Johnattan Majors really does, like he does good acting. I seen what's that movie? The show he was in, Lovecraft Country. It was like a black horror show, like because it's set in the racist South. Like this shit is racist. Like
racist.
It had those when in the show, like at one point the sun's going down, and and I think it was a sheriff or some white people. They're telling him like, look, when that sun goes down, y'all better be out of here. Or basically they were telling him we're gonna kill y'all. Like that's what they do. I forgot what they called it. They had a name for that shit, and it was called Sundown Towns or some shit like that.
Something like that.
Yeah,
it's been a while since I've seen it.
It's crazy
matter
shit.
Fact, Deshaun Tyler, he put me on. Shout out to Deshaun. Shout out to Deshaun.
I did. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was a crazy. I didn't finish it actually because it was so crazy. I kind of got because once you get to the middle or part or like getting towards the end, it throws so much shit at you. Like it's throwing fantasy elements at you. It's hard. It's hard to keep up with. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I did like the historical shit that they did. Like set in the South and everything. And then I did like that they I don't know if you know this, but the show's named after Lovecraft, who was this like racist author from back in the days, and he made books about like cosmic horror, basically space horror. And so the show actually, kind of gets into that, and that's why they call it Lovecraft Country. But I just think it's funny that they're just taking what was a racist dude's name and they're flipping it. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're flipping the concept of all that. I thought that was
interesting. Flipped it well too.
Yeah, it's a good show. Like the acting and shit's good. But that was the first show I actually seen Johnattan Majors in, and then I seen him in Loki. He was at the end of Loki. He was playing. He was playing a version of Kang, like a good version, I guess you could say. And he got me interested, and I was like, I want to see what the dude's gonna bring. So yeah, it's just a shame. Like I hope it's not true, you know what I mean? Like, but if it is true, it's a shame, you know what I mean? But
I don't think it's true. He's innocent.
I'm sorry, it's a white lady too that's saying that shit.
And then she will try to wait until the perfect time till he gets to this rise, and then all of a sudden, this happens. Come on now.
I also don't like how Disney's kind of like trying to play damage control by trying to like there's already rumors of recasting him and shit. But I was like, y'all gonna do that with him, but with Warner Brothers, they got the Flash, and that dude still, even though he groomed minors and all that kind of shit, he's still gonna get to have a movie and all that shit. He didn't get, he apologized for some crazy shit. And then Johnattan Majors is on some like he hasn't even been found guilty, and they're already throwing him under the bus. You know what I mean? I just think it's like it's crazy, man. How that even happens.
Can't remember the word I'm trying to say. It's just like, come on, man.
Come on,
this
dog.
Is ridiculous. You gotta look into people's characters before you even hire them. You gotta look into people's characters before you even hire them.
I mean, isn't that what most jobs are supposed to do, right? They're background checks. That's the whole point of background checks,
exactly.
Right? And then,
ain't that on the job application and everything like that? Job discrimination and background checks and things of that nature.
And the guy playing the Flash, he had an incident like years, after he did that first Batman versus Superman movie or whatever, he choked a lady on camera, bro. Like there's footage of that. And when I seen that, I thought they were gonna fire his ass over that shit, and they didn't fire him at all. They just kept him, even though he did that. And he did some other shit. Like he kept doing shit, and Warner Brothers just kept the dude. Bro. I was like, the fuck? Like that's just crazy to me. But that's the society we live in.
And then they're like, Johnattan Majors is a big, black, strong man.
Yeah, they obviously gonna say that. Come on, he's intimidating.
He's intimidating. Yeah. Come on.
I'm surprised they didn't say, maybe he's roid rage or some shit,
Yeah, like he's on drugs or something. Come on, man.
I'm like, look, let that man have a fair shot. You know what I mean? That's all.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? He ain't even went, like, come on, bro. But Marvel, though, they did invest a lot into him, though, because he is supposed to be the next big villain like Thanos, so they have a lot of money invested in that.
He's supposed to do a whole bunch of other movies as well.
Hold on. So. My camera turned off. Let me turn it back on. The USB on here is kind of fucked up. So just give me a second, people. My bad. You know, even I got technical issues. You know what I mean? Everybody get them.
It's all good.
You know what? This shit's not coming back on.
AIDS, baby.
I might have to stop the camera and then go. Just give me 1 second. No. I got to stop it and go at it. You know what? I might just have to end the podcast because it's just not
almost working. 2 hours in, too. 1 hour and 50.
It's all good, people. But, well, you go ahead and tell them, man. Like, I mean, my audio's still on there. You go ahead and end the show.
Okay, yeah. Y'all been tuning in to the Grow Podcast. Shout out to Mr. Kingcold _228. Check him out. Yes, sir. And Richard Gotti. And Gotti Boys Sublime on IG. And check me out as well. Billy Bebop Long Socks on IG. Oh, absolutely. And check out all the Lunatic IG on IG. Which is great content on the Grow Podcast.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And check us out, people, on T-Public. We got our stuff, so our Lunatic on T-Public. And yeah, definitely the Grow Podcast. We're on Podbean, we're on iTunes, we're on all those platforms. And we're also on YouTube, so you can just go on what we call the Muddy Water Multimedia group.
Absolutely.
And but you can just type in the Grow Podcast. You should be able to find us easy. So yeah. And but yeah, we out. Go ahead.
We out.
I hope this shit's recording. Fuck. Where the fuck is the pause button on this shit, bro? Hold on. Let me see. I hope this shit. Oh yeah, it was recording already. Good. I got shit going on, bro.
It's all good. It's all good, yeah.
Wars, hood stars, and chefs, my mentors. Chefs like Raekwon, making chess moves. To the back, we place pawns, cash rules. Oh, I'm by my ice cream, chocolate deluxe. I make it cold outside, motherfucker, bundle up.